Data records discovered for units Devil and Popola. Open it now, yeah. Story time, okay. A dusty wind kisses my cheeks. Buried in sand, we press forward one step at a time. We have nowhere else to go, after all. Because our models, Devila and Popola models, are defective. Record transitions in the project's initial phase. When first we woke, there were still people. They had flesh, egos, emotions, souls, and they issued us a single order: function as observers of Project Gestalt. This is the sole mission of the twin Devila and Popola models. It is the only reason we exist at all. We were the latest model, though. Many companions shared our appearance. There was a sparkle in all of our eyes, a sense of pride at having been entrusted with humanity's future. And yes, there was anxiety as well. But we existed as a pair. We shared destiny's burden as a pair, and because of that, all hesitation was swept away. Each pair was given their own cities as observation areas. We were ordered to guide the replicants with our own hands, all for the sake of the promised time that would one day arrive. We were the only ones who could handle such a duty. We were observers, after all. Oh! Watch out! Devila staggers and falls in the soft yet unforgiving sand. I hurry to her side and sigh with relief when I find she's not seriously hurt. Are you alright? Sorry, sis. Guess I spaced out there for a bit. She smiles, the same wry smile I know so well, as she rubs absently at her leg. It is wrapped in a white bandage. Your bandage is coming undone. Here, let me change it. It's alright, Popola. Come on. We have to go before we lose the light. We won't be going anywhere if sand gets into that thing. Now quit whining and hold still. I'll be quick. Devila grunts and turns away. I take it as consent. Soon we are resting in the shade of a nearby rock as I pull the bandage free. Artificial skin, torn and bloodied, peeks out from beneath the bandage. Judging by Devila's current lack of ambulatory control, I imagine the circuitry underneath has been damaged as well. Taking a deep breath, I get to choose? Does what I choose impact things? I'm gonna check the circuitry to see if it can be repaired. As expected, wiring in the nerve circuitry has been damaged. Replacing it will require new connectors as well as some tools, none of which is easy to find in a desert. Sorry about this, sis, mutters Devila. That wry smile again. It kills me every time. Don't you dare apologize, I respond. You've done nothing wrong. I calmly change the bandage, trying not to let my worry show. I make it as tight as possible so no sand can slip inside. It's all I can do until I get the proper materials. But that's going to be a tall order, considering our current condition. I'm sorry, sister. Okay, now you're apologizing. We both apologize while insisting the other's apology isn't necessary. It's kind of funny in a way. Such a trivial exchange under such circumstances. We laugh together, the sound echoing out across the desert before being stolen by the cool evening wind. Report regarding the increase in relapses. There has to be some way to prevent relapses. Devila's sharp voice echoes through our private quarters. You must be quiet, sister. The replicants will hear. Pfft, they wouldn't understand even if they did. That might be true, but regardless. Annoyed at my hesitation, Devila crosses her legs and scowls. The black scrawl took another victim, she says. That's 3 this month. It's spreading way too fast. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm tired of hearing you say that. Her shout makes me jump. Just a little, but enough for her to notice. Seeing that, her eyes suddenly open wide. I'm sorry, sis. It's not your fault. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. It's okay. I understand. all going wrong. You can feel it too, right? When I was first assigned to Project Gestalt, I was over the moon with pride. But now, my chest hurts just to think about it. If I were to fail, or if it were to fail. Before we knew it, the replicants had gained a sense of self, and the black scrawl started raging out of control. It moved fast. So fast. Like a wind. Popola and I would go to the observation room and act like it was all okay. We talked to the replicants as if we didn't have a care in the world. But at night, we'd just hold each other and share the horror of it all. I'm glad you were with me, murmurs Popola. I couldn't have handled being an observer all alone. We were able to endure because we had each other, I reply softly. Did the humans see this coming? Is that why they made a twin model? Were they really so clever? Were they really so cruel? I couldn't have done this by myself. I would have descended into madness. I simply couldn't bear such a burden all alone. When I get the chance, I'm going to try contacting another city, she says. Maybe these abnormalities are a localized phenomenon. I pray that's the case, I reply. Even if we're no use ourselves, things will still work out if the other observers can pull through. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. But it wasn't okay. Nothing was okay. All thanks to a pair of Devila and Popola models from another town. The wind rubs my cheeks. The sand graces my skin. It's grown cold out here. We walk with renewed purpose, hoping to make up for lost time. Devila loses her balance every now and then. It's bad after a while. I slip myself under her arm so she won't fall again, and we press on. Is your leg alright? Well, I doubt I'll be dancing anytime soon, but yeah, that's fine. She smiles as she says this, but I can tell she doesn't have much left. And yet she continues to smile. Also, I won't worry. I remember when our resistance allies injured her leg. I was furious, beyond fury. I wanted to scream and cry and lose myself in it. But then she smiled, and all of that rage just drifted away. To think we have the same face, yet such different smiles. One day, I realized how she reminded me of the martyrs I'd seen in old records. That was the day we decided to leave our town forever. Record of Project Gestalt's end. Our role as observers ended on the day Project Gestalt collapsed, all due to the actions of Devila and Popola models from another town. With the original Gestalt lost, humanity was doomed to an inevitable extinction. Knowing this, we gathered what remaining replicant data we could find and launched it to the surface of the moon. And though success was as unlikely as finding a lost sand grain in the desert, we still had to attempt it. We still had to try. We were androids, you see. Protecting humanity was our instinct. Other androids, beholden to that same instinct, began to direct their hate at the Devila and Popola models who snuffed out humanity. It started small. A few offhand remarks, the occasional glance. But even the smallest things have weight, and with enough of them combined, that weight eventually becomes a boulder. Emotions boiled over, remarks became jeers, and soon enough, my sister and I were the perfect target for persecution. At first, we simply accepted the fact that our friends turned on us. It was almost unavoidable, I suppose. We were observers for Project Gestalt, after all. And while we didn't cause it to fail, the people who did, well, they looked just like us. So we accepted it. We took the resentment and scorn. We endured. Because as crazy as it sounds, I think we actually felt responsible. We moved from town to town in an effort to avoid persecution. But in one such town, my seemingly infinite patience finally broke. My sister, Devila, met with unprovoked violence at the hands of a resistance member. She said something in response to his taunts. Something quiet. And though her words were ambiguous, he slashed her leg nearly in two. My vision narrowed. Everything went red. And then, she smiled at me. It's okay, sis. There's nothing we can do. but it was too late. My emotions were no longer in my control. I'm simply not strong enough to stand aside and let the most important person in the world come to harm. Devil and I left town that same day. Violence like that wouldn't stop. It was going to happen again. And it wouldn't be coming from just one person. So rather than let them kill us, we ran. I guess it was the greatest resistance I could muster. We lose the sun as dark clouds gather overhead. We continue our march. The next time I made to talk to an anemone? Okay, thank you. A cold wind blasts us, stealing what little body heat we have left. I smell rain in the air. We continue our march. Sometimes we hear animals howling in the distance. It makes us flinch every time. But we continue our march, because even this is better than suffering at the hands of our fellow androids. Why must we suffer this persecution? I know we're the same model as the androids who doomed humanity, so I understand that part. At least a little anyway. But at the same time, we're not them. We're not the same. We are who we are, and that Devil and Popola were who they were. That's how I felt when I saw Devila being hurt. I wanted to shout it at everyone. I wanted to scream. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Devila. And for her, there's only me. No one can take the other's place. Rain falls from the sky. It stimulates our sensation nerves like cold needles. We need maintenance badly, but that's a pipe dream, I suppose. No android would dare help a pair of outcasts like us. Are you cold, Devila? I'm alright as long as you're with me, sis. I feel the same. We press our bodies together to try and retain heat. It's cold now, much worse than the searing heat of midday. But we just smile at each other and keep pressing on. There's another camp on the other side of the desert. A new camp. If we can just get there, I can finally fix Devila's leg. And yet, I wonder if there's anywhere on this planet that will take us. Hey, what's wrong? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I do what I can to suppress the anxiety in my chest and keep walking. The rain grows worse. It lashes at us without pause. Is this our punishment? I reach out and... let's touch Devila's cheek. The rain flows down her cheeks like tears. I reach over and gently wipe it away. She smiles, but seems surprised. There's no point in doing that, you know, she whispers. But there is. Because I swore to myself that I would stay with her forever. For that is the fate we twin androids have been assigned. Thanks, Mr. Mace. The failure to manage the area resulted in the collapse of the Gestalt system, which led to the decimation of the human race. Due to the discovery of its instability, the twin system was removed from future android production designs. Following the incident, the Devila and Popola models were not dismantled. However, in order to prevent further unexpected behavior, they underwent a memory wipe. Furthermore, they were reprogrammed to generate constant feelings of guilt.
That is all that remains from their personal record during the era in which they were referred to as administrators.
I see.
Query: why do the androids Devila and Popola seem to prefer death over surviving alone? There was a very high probability that at least one could have escaped.
I hope you never have to understand.
Affirmative. Query: why does this tower possess an entrance at all? All material transport takes place via aerial vehicles. It is irrational for an infiltration route to be so easily accessible. Hypothesis: entrance is a trap.
I don't care. I just have to kill them all.
This place is really interesting looking. I can save? Let's save real quick. Tower lower section. You love this place and the music? It's beautiful.
corrupted Yorha units.
Oh shit! Route C, best route? Oh gosh. I mean, this part is the most intense. It's the best story-wise. Even if it rips my heart into tiny little pieces. Route B was a waste of time.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Tower System Services. We're so pleased you've chosen to visit the tower today. Don't forget about the special prize for the guest who unlocks the last subunit in the room just ahead. You're going to love it.
I'm gonna kill you.
It's to gain a different perspective, yeah. I didn't mind too much. The like quick recap of the entire story from 9S's perspective.
Two B models?
This is too cruel.
I'm glad I got to see you here. I truly am. I'll tear you apart. Every last one of you!
Took his blindfold off. This is so unfair to 9S.
To be! Don't worry, I'm going to kill you now!
Why do they have so many 2D models here? Yeah.
Alert. Enemies detected.
Still a few stragglers, huh?
Yeah. I can't go. I have to go back. Oh shit. A bomb?
Alert. The structure known as the tower has opened its gate.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, an army of 2B. Okay, we're going to the resistance camp. Yeah, I like how they just kind of casually have you switching between them. A2's taunts are so good. Yeah, the stories. Oof. You've changed, number 2. The way you talk and act is completely different from how you were in the past. And you've become a true leader. I'm nothing compared to Rose. Actually, well, I have the record stored on that external drive. I thought I should preserve memories of the time we fought together. And I also think you have a right to see them. You and I must never forget. I know. Oh boy. More lore. Your Hop Pearl Harbor Descent Personal Record Part 1. You think it's strange that this is the only window to see this? It's pretty specific, and you really have to go out of your way. It gives a lot of backstory. Okay. Let's see what this is. My name is Anemone, and I lead the android resistance. This is a record of the battles I've experienced, and my losses. I leave it here as a warning to myself. The machine lifeform attacks lands far too close for comfort. I smell an acrid odor and know that some of my hair has been singed off. Anemone, retreat for now, that's an order. That's my captain, Rose. I obey her without hesitation, running from the front as soon as I take out a few nearby enemies. Feet flying beneath me, I leap into the hastily built trench where my resistance comrades are gathered. How many battles is this now? The same sights and sounds, the same struggle of attrition. My resistance forces play the same war on repeat, with no end in sight. I don't even remember why we're fighting anymore, but I must continue regardless. I must continue until one side or the other is dead. This looks bad, Shion. What should we do? Calm down, Lily. We'll find an opening somewhere. You don't search for an opening, you make one. Dahlia, wait! I grab Dahlia's arm before she can flee the trench and turn to Rose. She brought us here, after all. She must have a plan of some kind. Except for Shion, these are all flower names. But as the enemy horde closes in, Rose simply squints off in the distance. There's been a change in enemy movements, she says finally. Someone just started fighting over there. But that's not possible, stammers Margaret. We're all here. Yeah. Oh, and I guess, I don't know if Margaret's a flower. Margaret's right. Oh, yep. There are only 9 of us left capable of fighting the machines. Captain Rose, Gerbera, Lily, Sonia, Erica, Margaret, Shion, Dahlia, and me, Anemone. We're all that's left of the 8th Descent Forces. The one that took place roughly 200 years ago. An uneasy Sonia pulls Shion close and chews on her loose strand of hair. I don't like it, she says. What if it's some kind of machine trap? I wait for a while, heart pounding, until I hear the enemy fire lessen. Okay, I say. This looks like a chance. Let's pull back. Someone's fighting out there, Anemone, cries Dahlia. We can't abandon them. Oh, so you want to risk all of our lives for some stranger? Come on! We don't even know if this mystery fighter's on our side or not. That's not what I said. Enough, you two, barks Shion. The captain makes the final decision on this. After Shion speaks, all of us turn to Captain Rose. She looks us in the eyes and nods slowly before starting to speak. Gerbera, the enemy is headed toward the explosives we set up earlier, yes? Gerbera thinks for a moment. Now that you mention it, yeah, they are. A slight smile crosses Rose's face, yet she still seems perfectly composed. Good. But if this goes well, we might be able to take them all out. I want all of you to leave this trench and get to those explosives, says Rose. We'll let the blast take out most of them, then clean up the stragglers. Identifying our unknown mystery fighters can wait until we're done. No one objects to the captain's decision. The moment she issues the order, we all leap up from the trench as one and re-enter the fray. When we reach the battle, we find what appears to be another set of androids dressed in strange black outfits. Before they even know what's happening, we detonate the explosives, kill the remaining machines, and turn our guns in their direction. Hello, Christian62. NieR when you have to read 5 paragraphs? Yeah, we're sort of like, we're like at the end of the story, kind of, so we're just reading a bunch of backstory stuff. Alright, I say to the strangers. Start talking. Easy, says one of the mystery androids. We're on your side. We're new models rolled out as part of something called Project Yorha. Really? I say. We haven't heard anything about new models. I probably speak with more bluster than necessary, but I have to make sure they're actually on our side. I don't think they're lying, necessarily, but I can't read their expressions thanks to the giant goggles they wear. And frankly, a little caution never goes amiss in the middle of a war. We learned that the 4 androids refer to each other as number 2, number 4, number 16, and number 21. So one of them's number 2's A2. They also aren't in a hurry to share much more. Our mission is top secret, one of them says. That's why you haven't heard about us yet. I slowly draw my knife in an attempt to gauge the reaction. So in other words, no one will know any better if I kill you right now? Stand down, Anemone, says Rose softly. No, cries Lily. She's right. We've all seen how quickly the enemy's evolving. Who's to say these 4 aren't machines that just look human? My companion's not in agreement. This damn war has made us all suspicious. One of the strangers, number 16, I believe, draws a long knife from its sheath. If it's a fight you want, she says, I'm happy to give it to you. Before I can respond, Dahlia leaps in front of me with her weapon at the ready. This is it. We're gonna fight. But just before the battle can erupt, the android called number 2 steps forward. Once you get near, you might switch the game music to Astral Chain OST. It's too hype. Really? I love the music in this game, though. Wait, she says. There used to be 16 of us, says number 2, but the others died during the descent. We're isolated and alone out here. Reinforcements aren't coming, and that means we have to finish this mission with the soldiers we have left. We don't need more enemies right now. What we need is allies. She finishes the speech with a soft sigh, as if trying and failing to hold her emotions in check. I know that sort of voice. It's the voice of someone who still has hope, despite all the odds. Oh, NieR? In NieR Automata? Resistance to Anemone and Rose. Part 2? According to the Yorha team, there's an enemy server beneath Mount Kaala. If we can take it out, we might finally gain some ground in this endless war. 3 parts? Okay. But in order for that to happen, we need to work together. After a bit of thought, Rose decides to throw in with the new models. It's a relationship that changes as time goes on. What are you doing, Dahlia? Just showing this idiot how weak she is, replies the winded Dahlia. Ha! Wheezes her opponent, number 16. You're obviously outmatched. Yes, we are A2 now. We're like towards the ending of like one of the routes. The 2 of them are taking turns hitting each other. It seems friendly enough, as those things go. Yeah, if you haven't played before, this is like, we're in super spoiler territory. Plus, they've been doing it for so long now that both of them are out of energy. They likely couldn't punch through a piece of paper at this point. The rest of the group stares at the combatants and tries not to grin. Dahlia and number 16 seem to butt heads over the smallest things. Maybe it's because they're so much alike. It's almost annoying how quickly muscleheads learn to like one another. The rest of us converse as Dahlia and 16 continue to spar. We call each other by names that I gave us, explains Rose. I see, responds number 4. I thought it strange that you didn't use code numbers. She nods while she speaks, as though this all makes perfect sense. Suddenly, Captain Rose breaks out into a wide grin. You know what? She says. I think we should give all of you names as well. No, says number 2. It would be a waste. Rose eyes her warily. A waste? You can name me when this mission is over, she replies as a blush rises in her cheeks. I could tell her words also served as a wish for success. That's cute. All right, responds Rose. I'll think of a name for you by then. She knows this is a fleeting promise, as most such things are, but it doesn't matter. Already I can see us growing closer to the Yorha team. Well, my friends are growing closer to them at least. You're all being careless, I state, much louder than I intend. Luckily, the others either don't hear or decide to ignore it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not about to go against the captain's judgment. But that doesn't mean I'm ready to just lie down and trust our new friends. Ours is a solitary existence that has long since been abandoned by the moon. No matter how they cried, mourned, or struggled, the voices of our departed comrades went unanswered. So how can you trust an entire squad of new models that you just met? What's wrong, Anemone? I hear Lily calling to me. She's likely concerned about me being apart from the rest of the group. Nothing, I begin. I'm fine. But before I can complete my thought, Lily suddenly opens her mouth and emits a terrible scream. Lily's scream echoes throughout the entire camp. It's heartbreaking. It's agony. It's horrible. She's infected, screams Rose. Lily's infected! We all draw weapons out of instinct as much as anything else, pointing them at our comrade as she continues to scream and scream and scream. We all know what's happening. We've seen it before. It's a logic virus, a machine weapon that hijacks android systems and overwrites their data. And since there's no known cure, it's also a death sentence. I need to show her mercy. I need to set her free. My finger rests on the trigger, yet I hesitate. And before I can make that final, fateful decision, I hear a voice rise up from somewhere behind me. Stop! You can't do this! You can't just let your friend die! It's number 21. The girl I thought to be cool and composed beyond all measure was now pleading with me to spare Lily's life. What do I do? What the hell do I do? Lily said you were like family to her. You can't abandon family, not before you exhaust every possibility. What can you do then? I'll use my power to erase the virus. That's impossible. Rose spat out what we were all thinking, but before we can act, Lily starts to send nearby comrades flying with impossible strength. I've seen infected androids before. I know how much damage they can do once the virus turns off their limiters. They'll fight and fight until they're utterly destroyed. Dahlia and number 16 rush into the fray, trying to suppress their former friend, but she swats them away like flies. How many of us have been infected now? How many friends have I been forced to put down? The heart I'm not supposed to have aches with the thought. It aches as I remember all the identification numbers that have been retired. When did I start giving them names? When did I decide I simply couldn't endure it any longer? Initiating reprogramming sequence. That voice. Number 21? She's screaming something about reprogramming. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. As my vision slowly clears, I see number 21 inputting commands into her terminal, while number 2 and number 4 hold her down. They hold her as she writhes, and Rose stares at me with surprise. Oh no. I'm holding Lily too. Is the logic virus contact? Scanner 21, attacker 4, gunner 16. th Machine War, Pearl Harbor Descent. The name of the mission entrusted to the Orhus soldiers. Was there ever such furious gunfire, such bombings that continued without pause? Our target is the machine server under Mount Kaala, and our situation is dire. We need reinforcement, requesting deployment at once. Number 2 speaks quickly yet calmly, which is all the more remarkable considering the hostile army closing in on our position. But the command center and the orbiting satellite informs us no reinforcements will be forthcoming. We are abandoned. We are alone. It's so easy to do from up there, from the satellite, from the moon. I'll do whatever is necessary, says Lily with a grim smile. Dahlia and Margaret quickly nod in agreement, as does number 16. They decided to join the rear guard, staying behind to be our shield, even though it comes at the cost of their own lives. Regardless, they all agreed without hesitation. For we in the vanguard would be joining them in death soon enough. Without another word, we turn our backs on each other and take up positions. We know this is the end. Dahlia and the others will buy us time to reach the gate at Kaala's peak. Beyond that lies an elevator, and beyond that is the server. If we can destroy it, we'll deal a devastating blow to machine life forms throughout the Pacific region. But as I notice number 21 scowling at the elevator, I start to have a bad feeling about the final stage of our mission. Go on, she says. I've got this. We crowd into the elevator as she begins hacking the terminal. She doesn't need to tell us what's happening. It's clear that the elevator won't descend all the way to the server unless someone stays behind to control it. Enemies incoming. They're almost on us. As I speak, I suddenly find myself leaping from the elevator and taking up a position at number 21's side, almost as if my body is out of my control. Something is wrong. Something. I'll back up number 21, I cry. The rest of you take out that server. The doors close on my friends. The last thing I see is the face of my captain, Rose. She looks concerned, but then the doors shut and she is no more. That was the last time I ever saw them. But it's alright. I'm going to finish this, one way or the other. The only sounds we hear are distant explosions and the rasp of number 21's breathing. Thank you, she whispers, for staying with me. I look at her eyes and see the telltale red of a logic virus infection. I was right after all. I sigh softly as I draw my weapon. I've seen comrades infected before. That's why I couldn't leave her to die alone. The vaccine she gave Lily is already ineffective. The enemy has evolved. They studied number 21's patterns and developed a new resistance. No one can save her now. When the elevator reaches the server, begins number 21 weakly. Then I'll give you peace, I reply. The elevator moves ever lower, creating a countdown on number 21's life. How much time has passed? How much could possibly be left? Too long to wait, yet not long enough for regret. A massive explosion echoes in the distance as the hall slowly shakes. It's the final act of Lily and the others in the rear guard. They just overloaded their own fusion reactors. The sound of our comrades' demise slowly fades from our ears. As it does, number 21 reaches up and slowly removes her goggles. I'm glad I got to meet you, she says. Her eyes are so red, but not completely. There's still a little of herself left. And while it is, don't worry, I say. I'll be with you soon. She smiles as my words reach her ears. As soon as the elevator touches down, I fire a bullet into number 21's brain. I watch the thing that used to be her tumble to the ground. I stare at the gun I hold in trembling hands. I press it to my temple. This will end it all. The war, my meaningless existence, all of it. It will finally be over. Unforgivable. 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 Your comrades sacrifice themselves and fight to the last breath. They feel suffering, they feel sadness, they feel pain and terror. And yet you would surrender now? Unforgivable. The voice is a battlefield curse, telling those who survive to see their mission through no matter what. It is another me crying out. I scream at the top of my lungs and race down the hall. I'll show you. If you're going to push me, I'll show you. You'll only be satisfied if it ends with more killing. I leap into the fray with weapons in both hands. Here I am. Here I am. Kill me! As I scream, an explosion suddenly rises up and sweeps everything away. A soft wind touches my cheek. I smell fire. I smell ash. The explosion in the server room was powerful enough to take out Mount Ka'ala itself, reducing the once proud summit to a smoking crater. The machines immediately drop to the ground and stop moving. I look out over the scorched earth. Lily, number 16, Rose, number 2. Are any of you? I am the only one left. The only one. I was alive because I had been afraid to die. I begin to giggle. It's a mad thing, crazed, even to my own ears. I'll join you soon. You promised to join her soon. How could I have said such vain, laughable words, such lies? I laugh. I stand in the smoke and the flame and laugh until I think my very throat will tear itself in two. I blink. Daylight drifts through the smoke. I've been standing here all night. My laughter finally depleted, I force myself to my feet. I'm the coward who stayed behind. The coward who lived. Now it's my job to carry on the will of those who fought at my side. Since I can't kill myself, I have to fight until someone does it for me. I'll endure every hardship. I'll kill every machine I find. This is my cross to bear. I walk slowly into the west, dragging my broken body along. Damn. So, number 16, number 21, number 4. I'm sorry I'm still alive. But I'll be joining you as soon as I finish some things up. So, she survived that attack? Yeah, A24, yeah, she has a dark past. Gunner 16, a rough and nimble personality, ideal for her role as gunner, required to attack foes from a distance. During her squad's assignment, Kaala volunteered to stay behind and hold off the machine life form army so her companions could continue up. Managed to hold them off until the appearance of a Goliath, overloading detonating her fusion reactor. A2 and Anemone did survive. Yorha Scanner 21, cool and analytical personality. Whoops. Using her analytical abilities to cure a member of local resistance group who had been affected by a logic virus. She fell victim to the same virus. Unit 4, morale boost, her sunny disposition to form an alliance. Eventually killed. Self-directed overload. Further research reveals she undertook this action as a means of protecting her companion, attacker number 2. Yorha, attacker 2. This is A2. Any of their weapons? I am not sure. A unit from the experimental Yorha squadron. Attacker number 2 took command of the squadron after the death of its original captain, number 1. Despite issuing many questionable commands during her initial time in a leadership role, she eventually formed a working relationship with the Resistance and succeeded in destroying the enemy server located on Mount Kaala. While the experimental Yorha unit number 2 possessed great growth and adaptability abilities, she also deserted her post following the destruction of the server, and as of this moment, she has yet to be apprehended. Our R&D group is currently conducting further research to determine whether or not there were issues with this model's personality settings. The missing experimental unit, now designated A2, will be handled by the Type E division. Rose, encountered by experimental Yorha squadron leader group, survived the 8th Descent operation, guerrilla warfare in the Pacific. Destroyed by machine life forms. Anemone, resistance group led by Dahlia, encountered by the experimental, unusually cautious, greatest initial distress, dispositions were more amicable, executed number 21. So, the descent summary, 12 experimental Yorha units were deployed to destroy the server located inside Mount Kaala on Oahu Island. They encountered heavy enemy anti-air defenses during the initial stage, resulting in the death of all but 4. Remaining units joined up with members of local resistance movement, decided to continue the mission despite their initial losses. Counter-strike, number 4, destruction of the server. True purpose was to monitor and research how the experimental Yorha units behaved during battle. Black box signal of unit attacker number 2 remains alive. All of this one? Yeah. Captured and compromised. Unit's existence itself being a matter of the highest level of confidentiality. Recovered or disposed of by the Type E division. Interesting. Yeah, that's gnarly. It was all just an experiment, just to test their attack models. Yeah, it was pointless. They all suffered for nothing. Okay. I have to use the bathroom, so I will be right back. But when I'm back, we will continue, since we're very close to the end. Yes, catch you later. But that's true. I didn't realize that, Rathion. That's why she told 2B and 9S that command someone who betrayed them. gnarly. Okay. I'm going to save and head up the tower. Oh, it's just about Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all! Okay. Yeah, East Coast gang. Will we see Devil and Popola? Indeed. A fucking Emil. A bunch of dead robots everywhere. Oh!
A2, right? We went ahead and opened the tower. 9S is already inside. I see. We...
Okay.
What,
They
9S?
said the same thing.
I see. Say... Did we manage to help? You did.
Every day's sale, thanks, Emil. Yep. Man, Devil and Popola deserve so much more than they got. Yeah, it's a crazy song. Whoops. Alright, our turn. Oh, there's so much pasta. You spoiled stuff after learning their story? Oh. You're glad they gave Emil the attention they did? Yeah. Making you hungry at 3 AM? My bad. I only took a bite.
This is a Yorha corpse.
Hypothesis. The corpse is likely a result of Yorha Unit 9S's advance through the area.
Let's go.
Cookies and cake? Oh my gosh. V Angel Otaito? We are mutual homies? You forgot food time? Dude, if you have cookies and cake, it's the day of eating, my dude. I'm gonna finish eating this pasta when I beat this game and probably eat some ice cream. Just cry. I'm homies with your homies? Homemade cookies and cake? Dang, that sounds good. Do you want me to call you V or Angel? Either way, a homie of a homie is my homie. You have ice cream too? Wonderful.
What's the purpose of this structure?
Unknown.
This?
Proposal. Gather additional data.
Someday I need to teach you how to be helpful.
Thank me? Nah, thank yourself. Treat yourself. Lies? Cake is a lie? The Portal reference? Your life is a lie. I played Portal 1 all the way through. Oh. Other players' bodies. I will just retrieve. Sure, why not? D'Angelo? Oh, okay. Ah, I see. D'Angelo. Thank you for the clarification. Hello, D'Angelo. Well, homie of a homie is my homie now, so now you a homie of me. See that tooltip late in the game? Yeah, my bad. I never allowed network features. I'm homies with Michael. I know a lot of Michaels. Which Michael? Give me a username. The store and the brick wall. Only one Michael matters? From H&M? Wait. I know exactly who you're talking about! Wait, how do you know Michael? I know who you're talking about. Oh, I miss him so much! Does he work at... Oh no, he worked back at... I mean, I don't want to disclose his location. He moved to another area when I, like, left, and I was, like, super sad. What? You're Mike, not Michael, though. Mike. Aw. D'Angelo, I'm so, like... Wow. I don't know if I really, like... met people in that way. You've been friends since middle school and you work together now? Are you also at H&M? Sorry to ask, like, a weirdly personal question. I don't know if you, like, moved on from H&M. Yeah. I used to work retail. I don't want to move forward because I feel like some intense, like, sad stuff's gonna happen. So I just wanted to pave this out before I do sad things. But only one that matters. He did? Save? I can't. I don't think I can save here. Oh, fuck. I can, never mind. Okay, we're saving right here. Thank you, Evolved Soul. Oh, he works in Nordstrom now? Oh, okay. Damn, moving up. Nordstrom gives you good commission, depending on where you work. Okay, we're gonna go into the sad stuff now. Things are gonna get serious. Thank you for coming by, dude. A library. It's okay, no worries. Stream is directly ripped from the first game.
What's up with this place?
Hypothesis. It is a representation of a library.
What's that?
A library is a data storage facility constructed by past human civilizations.
I want to collect the items. What's this?
I suppose we have to hack in to look at the data, yeah? Help me out, Pod.
Affirmative. Hacking interface access rights granted to Yorha Unit A2.
Peachy.
Okay, alright. AT does have to know our history. He said I'm the homie? Man, he's the homie. I miss him all the time. S-Man, should I go upstairs before hacking? Or am I good to hack now and then I can go upstairs? I'm good? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, shit. Why the fuck? Oh, I see now. Jesus. So restricted. There we go. Eve unit storage record, Yorha communications interception record, Yorha server record, human server record, human server establishment record, human heritage preservation record, tower system summary, tower subsystem summary, special units creation record, plant species, animal species. wow. Okay, that's a lot. Now so long as it's heavily protected because A2 is so bad at hacking. Very funny.
This tower looks like a data gathering system for the
You
machines.
found that out because you're a fan of Aiden and you saw me like his pictures and you asked him how that happened? Yeah! Oh, well thanks for being a fan of me, golly. He's so funny. He's a bright spot on my days back in retail. I miss him all the time. Not was, I am. I appreciate you, dude. Where do I go to advance? I don't want to advance. Like, I want to keep finding all the lore. Me, Angela, we're hella homies now, if you know Michael. Where do I go? Up, down, up. Do I have to... destroy these weird isolated ones? Dude, I inspired you to cosplay? I'm so honored. Read all the bright things or hack them all? Oh, okay. Thank you. Outline predicted human server infiltration route release, dummy production installation map, SG block, GI block, SF block, genetic storage warehouse location information, browsing restricted. Interesting. Okay,
These
then.
records are from the human server on the moon. The machines hacked that deep into the system, huh?
Can't open this yet? Okay. Then let's open this door here. Oh, interesting. We fought these. They're all machine models. Huh. Oh, cosplay is mad fun, dude. I hope you're having fun with it. What's in here? Poppola's office from the first game? Oh, interesting. Can't take the ladder up. I appreciate the clarification. I see these bigger blocks. Okay. There we go. Yona, she's from NieR. Class 1 patient Yona, chest x-ray no abnormalities, heart echo no abnormalities, continued chronic renal failure, convulsive seizures in the diaphragm, no vomiting, 4 milligrams of luciferase? Yeah. Preservation plan. The patient's condition makes further treatment impossible. A report will be submitted to the management committee detailing courses of action in the event of the patient's death, focusing primarily on how that information is to be manipulated with respect to the original. As backup in the event of a sudden worsening in a patient's condition, she is to be assigned 5 additional doctors. Oh.
Some records on old humans. Damn it, this is useless. There's too many of them.
Shoutouts to Yona. Yep.
Huh? What's that? Operational summary of model number 2 in Project Yorha.
Oh. That's her, right?
This data.
the fuck is happening? What? And we're just gonna cut to 9S? Have some respect from your elder. Oh, yep, here's 9S. Ooh boy, what happened to your arm, my dude? Oh. What the fuck? He ripped off her arm! To put it on his own arm? What? Yeah, the explosion. Holy shit.
Stop. I have to keep fighting.
God damn.
Alert. Virus detected in locomotion region. High probability that infection source is transplanted parts from corrupted units. Proposal. Hack into self and eliminate virus.
Okay, how do we do that?
On it.
I do have a female hand. Oh shit. Damn! These things are freaking everywhere. There we go. To be indeed lending a hand.
95% of functionality restored.
That's wild. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. There we go. Project Gestalt Report 11. Oops. 9S is becoming Nero. What is this document? Oh, here. Top secret model number 2. After the first descent of the Yorha prototypes, Attacker 2A2 was the sole unit to return alive, despite mediocre results during her simulations. Upon analysis of her stored personality data, it was discovered she possesses excellent analytical and decision-making skills in extreme circumstances. As reported separately, we will install this personality data in the new lot of E-models and use them for the security protection of this project. Damn. As for old world information, Project Gestalt 11. Due to the relapse of the original Gestalt units in preservation are now relapsing at an accelerated rate. The process of recording their bodies and gathering their DNA continues, but progress is poor. New countermeasures in development intended to serve as a replacement to Project Gestalt are scheduled to be transferred to the Next Generation Preservation Project Preparation Committee. As for this report, it will serve as the final record of both Project Gestalt and the committee. For information about the development plans for new Android models and the refinement of existing models, please refer to the attached sheet. Furthermore, we have received approval to consider the disposal of the Devil and Purple Observer models at a later date. Interesting. I guess let's see where this goes. Retrieve this one as well. Okay.
Unit 9S.
It's those
Your
weird
Unit
holograms.
9S. Well, Welcome to the tower. Welcome to the tower.
You bastards!
Because you made it this far, we have a special announcement just for you.
We'll reveal it once you destroy all the machine life forms here.
Who is that? Were those the Devil and Popoli units that destroyed humanity? No. But these are the girls that I've been seeing like around. Especially at the ending of Route B. I'll see what they are? Okay. I saw them for a second. Oh shit. At another time too. Oh shit. There we go. Best track? Oh, we leveled up. Oh, that guy's dead. Push them off? Nope. They're kind of featuring Route B and C in the background. Can I pick these up? What? Guess not. Oh shit. There we go. Girls over there. I'm the only NieR Automata streamer right now? That's kind of funny. Well, if anyone wanted to watch NieR Automata, the only thing we watch are spoilery things. That's gnarly. How many people are here? Oh, there's still like a good amount of people here. Hey, thanks for everyone that's here hanging out with me for so long. Since I've been going for, how long is it now? 6.5 hours? I appreciate you. So I'm the best NieR Automata streamer right now. Okay, top secret Yorha disposal.
This is Project Yorha. That means all of us. To be...
Now you know everything. Do you still wish to fight?
What is it?
We are conceptual human personalities created within the machine network. We cannot be destroyed. You're Unit 9S. Your attack is meaningless. Your existence is meaningless.
Shut up!
Wait. What? Yorha disposal? The final stages of the Yorha project. Level SS. The back door of the bunker has been set to open once the time approaches to switch to new models when enough combat data has been collected. The bunker will be disposed of by having it deliberately attacked by machines. At this time, all materials regarding the Yorha project, including this document, will be lost, and falsification of the information that mankind still resides on the moon will be complete? What the fuck? Bruh. They live for nothing. Big old bruh moment. D'Angelo, I've been to SAC Anime before. I won't be going this winter just because they're moving into like a new area and stuff like that. The next event that I'm really going to is the Christmas in the Park gathering, which is in San Jose. That's a Facebook event, if you know, if you're familiar with it. That's the next event I'm going to. But my conventions in January, I think, are just going to be ALA and Anime Impulse, which are both SoCal. Who's that? Retreat. You know that one?
I'll destroy them all. All of them. And this.
Oh boy. Oh shit. There we go. Yeah, RIP NorCal. I was gonna go to that, but then they canceled it. I normally go to like NorCal gatherings and stuff like that. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yep, all that rain. I look forward to seeing you there too, Rob! We will have known each other for like 2 years. It's kind of wild to think about. Hack everything, I guess. There we go. You're not sure how you feel about the new location? I've been attending SAC Anime for so long. They've always been changing locations. But like, I feel like SAC Anime as a convention has always been very mediocre to me, so. Get the angle correct. There we go. It is only temporary, yeah, while they're doing construction. There we go. Yep. Do we know how long that's gonna take? Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit. Ran into that, just straight up ran into that. NieR too, I see. You go to it because you take your cousins and your little brother? That's nice of you to take your family, though. It is nice that it's like one of the cheaper events for sure. Have you ever been to Fanime? That's my favorite convention. Have not? I hope you can go someday. You don't want to go alone? Make more friends. Bring Michael with you. 2020 will be your 8th year attending? key? Eat the body out, I suppose. There he goes.